This video is a collaboration with OperaVision, a very cool platform on which you can watch full-length operas for free, either on their website or on their YouTube channel. Hey! Full-length operas on YouTube! I like that. Ta-da! Rusalka by Dvořák. This opera is in Czech. It is about a mermaid. And yes, it is this little mermaid. But no, it's not the same story than the Disney movie. I'm sorry, you thought opera was gonna be easy, you were just gonna walk in and be like, oh yeah, I've seen the movie, I know the story. Lol, no. Our story starts at the lake. The three nymphs are playing with the spirit of the lake. Rusalka arrives to talk to her father. She tells him that she is desperate because she fell in love with a human prince. The problem is that he is human, not a prince. Falling in love with a prince is not too shabby. Her father is quite sad to hear that, and he tries to convince her that it is a bad idea and that she should renounce to this love. But she insists so much that he finally advises her to call the witch Jezebaba. Ooh. He leaves. Rusalka is now left alone and she sings to the moon. It's like an internal prayer. This aria is the hit of this opera. It's especially known because René Fleming, a star of the opera, sang it every 5 minutes. She turned it into an international hit. So, after she made her little prayer to the moon, she calls Jezebaba. Jezebaba! Who arrives with glorious music. Rusalka is now begging Jezebaba for a human body and soul. And the witch is like, nothing else. You're sure? Whatever the price. Rusalka is like, yes, please! Always check the price when you ask for something. Jezebaba is like, alright, first condition, you give me your water dress. Second condition, if you don't find love in the human world, so basically if the prince is not interested or cheats on you, you will be cursed and must go live as an outcast in the depths. Third condition, no voice, you're mute. And the last condition, this contract is never ending. If you fail and you return to the lake cursed, you will destroy your lover and the prince will become the victim of your damnation. That's a lot of conditions for one prince. Is it worth it? I don't know. Rusalka is still up for it. She agrees to all the conditions. They go and they create the magic. Rusalka is now a human with pants and shoes. Isn't that nice? She now looks like a boss lady. And because of the magic spell, the prince arrives to the lake, attracted to her. Ladies and gentlemen, the tenor. So the prince is like, I'm gonna bring you back to my castle and we're gonna have a wonderful wedding. Wedding time! We are in the palace of the prince, and everyone is starting to get ready for the wedding of the prince and the strange creature that he found next to the lake. The one calling Rusalka a strange creature is the kitchen boy, who is deadly scared of her because of her muteness and her strange appearance. But that kitchen boy, or should I say the gossip servant, tells us that the prince's love for Rusalka is already fading. Because she cannot answer to his love words, he's starting to get sick of it. And a foreign princess is on his mind. And here she is. And while she's talking to the prince, he tells Rusalka to go to her room and prepare for the ball. The ball starts, and the music is interrupted by the water spirit who comes out of the fountain and says how sad he is to witness the despair of his favorite daughter. Rusalka goes to him, and suddenly she can talk. And she can tell him how unhappy she is. Then you see the prince and the foreign princess getting out of the ball and starting to sing a very passionate love duet. And the foreign princess has a beautiful voice and she sings for it, which Rusalka could not do this entire time. And they kiss. Well, in this staging, he kisses her hand. But in the libretto, it's written that they kiss. It officially means that he cheated on Rusalka. Rusalka throws herself in the arms of the prince, and the water spirit declares that they will never be separated. Ta-ta! The prince understands that he is doomed, and he asks the foreign princess to help him. She's like, meh, not my problem. Bye, Prince. Smart woman. We are back at the lake. So Rusalka is depressed, heavily. She wants to die. Jezibaba the witch arrives and is like, oh, you're back already? Didn't you have a nice intercourse with a human prince? That's literally what she says. Evil witch. La la la. So Jezibaba comes to offer a solution for Rusalka to get out of her state. Solution is spill human blood. Rusalka needs to kill the prince. But Rusalka is too nice. She would rather live miserable for eternity than to kill the man she loves. And then the prince arrives to the lake. He's in a trance. He's not doing very well, as you can tell. And he's looking for Rusalka. He sees her and she's like, my love, do you recognize me? The prince answers, yes. Kiss me. And Rusalka is like, but my kiss will kill you. I can't. Please, I cannot live anymore. Kiss me to death. Kiss me 1,000 times. What a drama queen. She kisses him and he dies. Then she blesses his human soul and it's tragic. Opera, and for once it's the tenor that dies and not the soprano. Isn't that nice? Rusalka is actually a very nice soprano role because for half of the opera you don't need to sing anything. You turn mute. Mixed up my words. Let me put my mermaid hair. Rusalka, my mermaid glitter. Daddy. I look a bit more like a fish than like a mermaid. Oops. She kissed him to death.